All right, and good morning, everyone. It is 8 o'clock right now. This is Alex Diarmas alongside Vanessa Borge, and we continue to cover this story that broke overnight. A partial building collapse in Surfside. You are taking a live look at that building right now, and you see the damage left behind. As we pull out and we give you a wider look, we just want to remind you that this is all happening on 88th and Collins. Multiple agencies responding to the scene. This is video from overnight, as you see. Fire rescue recovering and rescuing this young boy from the rubble. This is just one of the survivors from this partial building collapse. A scary night, a scary morning. People waking up this morning not sure if their loved ones are okay at this point.
Yeah, a large section of that building collapsed into a pile of rubble. You've been seeing that live shot, those aerial views all morning long. It's in the back of the building that faces the beach. That's the portion that fell. That call came out at 1:23 this morning. The balconies just sheared in half. This video, we've been playing it throughout the morning. We haven't seen, unfortunately, a lot of rescues happening throughout the morning. We heard from the mayor of Surfside that they had cadaver dogs out there. They've had canines searching for survivors. They really haven't had many hits. This is fantastic video. Great news there that that little boy was able to get out. But then you wonder, what about his family? What happened to his loved ones as well? And that's the question many residents, many people here in South Florida have about this unfortunate, devastating partial collapse of this building on 88th and Collins.
And you mentioned the mayor of Surfside. We did hear from him from just a short time ago, and this is the very latest information that he said. He says that at least 10 people were treated there at the scene. Most likely that young boy, maybe one of those 10. It's not clear at this point. He also mentioned that there were 2 people who were transported to the hospital. Sadly, one of those people did not survive. The mayor of Surfside also said that people in 15 different units walked out on their own. And the real headline at this moment, the thing you need to know at this moment is the following. The search of the units that were not affected in this condo building, that search is now done. Now the search continues, though, for those units that were affected. The rubble you see there on the ground, that's where the focus is on at this hour at 8:02 this morning. They're focusing, trying to see if there are any survivors under that rubble at this point.
All right, we want to head out to Elisa Bezios. She is live at the scene. Elisa.
And this is the, really tragic and difficult part, is looking for those who are potentially buried under the rubble. The mayor of Surfside saying, yes, he believes that there are several under there. A police officer we spoke with when we first got here believes that several have likely died from this. The mayor confirming one person was killed from this after being taken to the hospital. We know a total, via the mayor, a total of 2 were taken to the hospital, and you can see the damage from above here. It's unclear of how many people are actually missing at this point. The mayor telling us that there are at least 100 units that were a part of this building. At this point, it is an active search that is happening. Fire rescue, emergency response crews looking under that rubble to see who they can find. As far as what caused all of this, that is obviously going to be is under investigation. The only thing the mayor would confirm to us is that there was roof work being done at the time. When he spoke not too long ago, the mayor also pointing out at how brave really these rescue crews have been, going in and out of this building, doing the best that they can to save whoever they can. The mayor also spoke with us live on air in the 7:30 hour, and here's what he had to say at that point. Okay, we will get that sound for you later on, but here is the view from above again. What we can tell you is that likely several are trapped. The mayor of Surfside saying 10 were treated on site, at least 2 taken to the hospital. One sadly passing away, dying at the hospital. He tells us that 15 family units were evacuated, at least 40 to 60 people displaced from that. The Red Cross helping get those people to a safe space. All of this happening at 8777 Collins Avenue at Champlain Towers South condo. The collapse happening on really the northeast corner of the building. A source of mine telling us while they had brought in canine dogs to begin with to find the people who were alive, at this point they have now also brought in the cadaver dog, sadly, to see if there was anyone buried under the rubble. There is an immense presence of first responders, authorities all here working to save and really piece all of this together. We will remain here and bring you the latest information. For now, we are live in Surfside. Elitza Bezios, Today in Florida.
All right, Elitza, thank you for that update. And our team coverage now continues this morning.
7's Katrina Bush is live near the collapse as well. Katrina.
I was able to check in with one of the firefighters that was brought in from one of the fire rescue departments from around South Florida to help with this effort. He says this is the beginning of a days-long search of the part of the building that collapsed and trying to find more people there. Now, we want to show you here that so many people who live nearby are coming over. They just cannot believe their eyes. They cannot believe this has happened right here in their neighborhood. Now, we want to take you to some new video this morning of search dogs searching the rubble. So we watched overnight that rescue effort with crews going through in small teams, seeing how many people they can get to and get out. So again, at this point, the K9 units have joined this effort to find more people still stuck inside a partial building collapse. Now, this is what crews are hoping to see more of, successful rescues like this. Take a look at this incredible rescue from earlier this morning. We watched as fire rescue crews found and pulled a boy up from the rubble. One of the first responders able to lift him up and put him over his shoulder as they just carefully were able to get him from out of the rubble and then down to a stretcher where they made sure he was secure on that stretcher to be able to get him down to the street and get him checked out. It's not clear what his injuries are this morning. And we also heard from a Good Samaritan who says he was there helping that crew get the boy out.
I came running here and trying to see what's going on. And when I saw the building, I just couldn't believe myself. It's like I'm just hoping that I'm dreaming and somebody like, or the alarm like sounds and I'm like, okay, it's a dream. It's a bad dream. We have no clue right now. Like we're just waiting as everybody else, and there's a lot of people affected. And you should see the tension over there, like the direct family. For me, they are friends, but they are like family for me.
Okay, so that was Nicholas Fernandez you just heard from. He came over as soon as he heard what happened. He says he got that call in the middle of the night from his mother. He didn't take her seriously at first, but when she called him and let him know what was happening, that they had some close family friends who live in that part of the building. They're on the 8th floor, and he rushed over and again just could not believe what he was seeing and hearing about what happened here overnight. So he says they have just been calling as much as they can to see if they can get their family friends, to see if they can get an answer on their cell phones. This is a couple and their daughter who live there on the 8th floor. He's saying if they don't get an answer, they're hoping the ringing of the cell phone can kind of help direct first responders to their family friends. I do believe we do have the person who was helping with the boy who was rescued, that video you saw before. Here's what he had to say. Okay, we'll get that for you. But yes, there are so many people with stories just like Nicholas Fernandez, the man you just heard from. So we are talking to folks and they are just waiting to hear word from officials about their loved ones. That's the latest live in Surfside. Katrina Bush, Today in Florida.